Welcome to Amrita IAS. Today I have a special guest with me, Ramya, who secured All India 46th rank in UPSC 2021. She is great, or she is so special not just because of her outstanding performance in UPSC, but she has a very humble beginning and a rigorous perseverance and continuous effort that made her to achieve this success. And she will be an inspiration to many people. Welcome, Ramya.
Thank you very much.
So, Ramya, after completion of your graduation in engineering, you opted to work in an industry. Why so?
Because working in an industry gives you money, and that money will give you a financial security and backup. And eventually, you need a backup for your to continue your preparation also. And hence, I took the path of working in an industry for 5 years to make a sufficient amount of bank balance and then start my preparation.
Okay, Ramya, actually, when you made up your mind for this UPSC preparation?
This decision was not an overnight one. It was a very gradual process. I had the intent of doing civil services right from my schooling. But still, due to the family situation and everything, I had to work for the industry and then come up with the preparation. And even during the end of my tenure in the industry, my mother was the full support who persuaded me that this line is your goal and that you have to try for it, and if you're not trying it now, you'll be repenting it your later age. So she persuaded me fully and supported me in this journey.
Okay, Ramya, I'll come to a very interesting question. Why you want to join in civil services? Because you secured 46th rank, but in spite of that, you chosen IFS as a first option. Why?
So in the back of my mind, I always had that I'm a very discreet professional or worker. So I usually work behind the scenes, and I don't want my names to be printed in block letters. So I found IFS to be kind of aligning with this particular aspiration. And second is that I had a international exposure while I was working in the industry, and that persuaded me to like world affairs, and it expanded my thoughts and actions also. And meeting new people is again a little bit adventurous journey which you can have during the IFS journey.
Okay. So, Ramya, this is a sixth attempt. You could not make in last five attempts. See, whenever there was a failure, have you ever think like, was it like a do or die situation, or do you have any backup plans in your life?
So initially when I started the preparation, there was do or die situations because the examination in itself is an uncertain one, and you always think about plan B when you start.
Okay.
And I had the plan B as going back to the industry and start working in a private sector. But towards the end of the journey, when my mind was made up, I was totally confident that either I'll survive in civil services or I'll survive outside also. So I was fully confident, and till the results came, I have not even tried or thought of having a plan B during this last sixth attempt.
So, Ramya, in this difficult situation, probably you might have stressed and you might have thought of some support. And you said many times like your mother is a very key person in your entire preparation, and perhaps you attributed 90% of your success to your mother. So what kind of support that you got from your mother, and what an aspirant expects in terms of support?
So it's actually 99% that my
Oh,
attribute to my mother, because she was a starting point of this journey and she persuaded me to try civil services. And second is that when you're in a society, you face different kind of pressure with respect to the social norms of getting married and everything.
okay.
And she was the blockade who prevented such negative comments from not reaching me. And this kept me motivated and focused on the preparation wholeheartedly. And coming to the support for the aspirants, I think we need to have a potential backup and support from our families and as well as the friend circle. So when we start a new attempt or new experience, people try to convince us not to go into it. But there are certain positive peoples also who help us and who support us to attempt such things. And I think you have to make company of such people.
Okay, very, very nice. See, Ramya, normally people fails in UPSC, but when they fail, no, they don't come out of that failure. So how you have come out of that repeated failures?
It was the same thing which my mother told me, that you should not repent later in the stage, that had I given one more attempt in civil services, I could have been a collector or I could have been an IFS officer. So I had this at my back of mind, and it kept me motivated throughout this journey. And second aspect is that I thought I should try till the last attempt, till the last hard work which I can put in. So when this is done, you'll have a personal satisfaction that you have done or you have gone to your maximum potential. And I think these two are the factors.
Okay. Now, Ramya, I'll come to a very interesting part. Down the line, now you secured 46th rank, so you will be the diplomat. Now, just turn back and just say me what are the mistakes that you have done in your preparations. Maybe some are simple, silly, but what are the mistakes that you have done?
I've committed a long list of mistakes. To begin with, I didn't have a clarity about the examination, first of all. So I gave a couple of my first prelims attempts without even knowing that that counted as an attempt in the
Oh.
UPSC journey. And second is that when I started preparing dedicatedly for the exams, I kept referring to different online videos, the talks by toppers and everything. And I had a flood of books and resources, NCRT books and everything flooded in my table. And I was like sitting in midst of books and wondering which one to start with. So I think that's again a second mistake which I made, because I have to narrow down to resources to focus on them and prepare it in a qualitative basis rather than being a quantitative one. And third is that during the third prelims, I approach the examination only from the prelims perspective, but examination is beyond prelims. We have to focus it from the mains perspective and also from the interview perspective. And when we only take it from an integrated approach, we will be meeting with full satisfaction and full effort. So that is required for the success, and that's how I joined for mains answer writing sessions and everything, and that uh, kept me ready for the facing the examination whenever I clear the prelims.
Okay, so you are talking about prelims because nowadays this prelims has become a big challenge, like CSAT, current affairs. So, what can you tell to your future aspirants, like how they should focus on this prelims aspect?
So out of the 100 questions, everyone will be knowing at least 25 to 30 questions. Only that much everyone will know. So the rest 60 questions, it's going to be based on your accumulated knowledge, and somehow intuitive memory also plays a role there. And in this area, which depends on your accumulated knowledge and intuitiveness, the psychological welfare of yourself and the calm exposure to towards the examination and taking the examination on a lighter note helps. And I think that was again a mistake which I did during my initial prelims, and during the last attempt I was fully composed and I was confident that even beyond UPSC there is a life and I'll be living it to the fullest, even if I'm not going to clear the examinations.
So you are having lot of confidence and you are giving lot of confidence even to the future aspirants, like behind UPSC there is a life.
Yes.
It's very good thing, very good thing. And Ramya, see, UPSC is a continuously learning process. Aspirants learn many things even if they clear or if they don't clear. You might have learned many things. And this is the sixth attempt and you have achieved in this sixth attempt. What are the things that you learned in the entire preparation? And and another thing is, what is the so special changes that you incorporated in this year, because this year has given success to you?
So during the entire preparation phase, I think the knowledge is one thing everyone will get.
Okay.
But beyond the knowledge, there are certain things which the personality itself transformation. So the transformation of myself was the biggest thing which I received during the preparation phase, because I could see that I have evolved into a better person. I have become a better individual. I have become a very better people whom the society respects and values. And in this aspect, my psychological welfare, the thinking process, the action, the approach, everything has molded and changed. And I could confidently say that I have emerged as a better individual. And second is that, coming to the second question about the special qualities which you get from the examination process, is that you develop a composed approach to everything. So you don't get panic, you don't get very feared or scared during the examination process. You get a composed nature from the process itself. And second is that you'll get the confidence of living the life in your fullest, and you try to have an experience based approach towards living. So we just calculate things success through the merits or through the salary which one people get, but beyond this I think the experience matters more, and people should take this examination but through encouraging the experience of learning and experience of seeing a change in yourself.
It's very great to hear these words because you are focusing on more on life aspects rather than only exam orientation.
Yes.
It's very good to hear. And I'll come to strategy now, Ramya, because a lot of people have confusion. Because some people, after failing in prelims, again they'll start preparation for prelims. But your strategy is something different here. Because even you failed after prelims, you have started writing answers.
Yes.
So give me this importance of answer writing and how you have done your answer writing program and how you have developed the answer writing technique, and overall what is the importance of this answer writing in UPSC?
So prelims is basically from your knowledge perspective and being composed during the examination. So this can be developed even within a short span of time. But when you take the mains preparation, it requires a meticulous approach towards writing an answer, because coming from a college out background, we see a very crude style of writing. But UPSC expects something different from the candidate. They want what the point requires to be satisfied for the question, and it has to be written in the set of limited words which the UPSC prefers, and within the time also. So all the three different dimensions have to be met by an answer, and this requires a consistent approach towards mains answer writing. And in this aspect, I think I enrolled myself with Amrita IAS as part of the mains answer writing program, and their inputs helped me to mold an answer into a better structure, and this helped me to crack the examination with a good main score also this time. And I could say that I had a satisfaction that I completed my paper within the given time of 3 hours, so that matters more. And second is that beyond answering a question, even if you get an unknown question, you try to manage it with your accumulated knowledge.
Okay.
That needs a very presence of mind, and that comes again with practice. So mains requires practice, and practice is the only term which is needed to crack mains.
Okay, very nice. So practice is the one thing that you are saying, and even if the question is unknown, with an accumulated knowledge you can make an answer.
Yes.
And practice is necessary, and you brought Amrita aspect into this. See, could you be little bit elaborate on what exactly the things that you got from Amrita IAS, and how the questions or the corrections or the time limit, or how it has helped you?
So I took the mains answer writing program from Amrita IAS during 2018 and 2019. So when I started writing the answers, I used to write a lot. So for a 10-mark question, I used to fill the 2 pages. From the first word to beginning, there were no gaps between lines. And when the staff read the answer, they told me that your answer is perfect, but you still have to make it in a more presentable manner.
Okay.
So that was the first advice they gave me, and I just followed it till the last mains which I had appeared. And in this, I see the presentation does matter, because your handwriting, your spacing, your letter spacing also counts. And this also ensures that you don't make the examiner bored with your answer. You make them interesting and take them along with your paper. And you try to draw maps, you make it more interactive for the examiner, and that gives a good score also towards your mains.
Okay, very good, very good. And the next one is, see, despite not clearing prelims, a 3 years continuous mains answer writing practice has brought this success to you, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, very good. So you are suggesting to the students like answer writing practice is compulsory.
Yes, because you make your newspaper reading as a habit, daily habit for any UPSC aspirant. So similarly, make an answer writing practice, just one question a day. That will make accumulated knowledge, and you'll be able to manage the time better when you reach the main stage.
Okay, because I've seen like the 3 years of accumulated experience has helped you a lot.
Yes.
Okay, now I'll move to optional. See, to what extent this optional is a deciding factor, and how one must be very careful in choosing their optional?
So optional is a make or break case for your mains mark, because that's a very transformative paper which can make your name appear on the list, and hence optional is quite important. And selecting an optional is also quite important decision. So when you decide an optional, you have to stick to the subject, and that decision has to be made purely based on your interest of the subject. So
Okay.
interest comes first, and second is that there are materials, there are resources, there have to be mentors. For example, if in case if you're taking engineering as one of your optional, this resources or the mentors are quite limited, and we may not be able to give an answer according to the standards which is required for civil services. So that's why people are flocking between the commonly selected optionals like political science, public administration, and sociology. So these subjects have plenty of resources, mentors who can help us mold an optional answer to the requirements of UPSC. So second is that requirement, and third is that whenever you have taken an optional subject, I think you have to start again the writing practice for the optional, and you have to keep updated with the current affairs for the optional also, and that keeps a very lively paper. And try to make your own notes, don't depend on someone else's notes, and that will give an edge in your paper, because your answer will be standing out from the rest of the crowd, and that will ensure that you get a higher marks.
Okay, so you are saying like interest, material, and mentor. These are the three criteria before you select an optional. Not like someone is scoring high marks or
No.
some optional is scoring low marks. Very good, very good. See, the next one is, I'll come to the very important aspect of this UPSC is an interview. This personality test will be a deciding factor too, because the rank or the service which you are going to get. So what was your experience with this interview preparation and this entire interview preparation plan?
So for the interview preparation, since I'm from a very diverse background, I have my diploma, I have my engineering, I have my MBA, I have exposure to Malayalam, Tamil, Hindi. So it, and also work experience in tectronics and Amazon. So I have a very diverse background. So I had to prepare in each and every field of this and cover my detailed application form from the start to the end. So I should not leave any keyword for the DAP. So my preparation was quite extensive from that angle. And second is that apart from this DAF preparation, we need to be updated with the current affairs and the weekly materials or the daily news happenings for the interview, the 1 week before the interview or so. So that's again a key factor. And third is that beyond this, again, your posture, your hand movements, your facial expressions, and your composed nature, that again plays. And here the psychological support is required, and here again I got guidance from Amrita IAS Academy also.
Okay.
So I had interaction with various mentors and the former bureaucrats also, and this session had helped me to better perform in the personality test. And to be honest, I didn't get even one question from the areas which I prepared. So totally it was out of the context, and most of the questions were from my work experience. Since it was my work experience, the answers also stemmed from my experience, and the interview panel were more connected. So for the aspirants, only two things matters for the personality test. One is you have to be present in the moment during the interview process, and second is that use your skills to manage an answer. So you will not have a manufactured answer. You have to take it organic and go with the flow.
Okay, very good. See, you have to present. You have to present. That means you prepared for many things, but you get something in interview.
Yes.
So you have to face that. So that is what exactly a skill is required. So that is what you want to tell to the student. Am I right?
Yes. You
Okay.
have to be prepared for the unexpected. UPSC is again an unexpected exam, be it prelims, mains, or interview. You can expect the unexpected, and you should develop a skill to face it.
Okay. See, now you got the rank. Now you are associated with Amrita for last 3 years. So how it has really helped in, you said answer writing, you said interview, but in total personality development or in reaching the target, to what extent Amrita has given a hand holding to you?
So more from the knowledge perspective, and I think the psychological support which Amrita gave me has helped me develop better. because the mains answer writing program gave me a confidence that I can manage an answer. Whatever the question may be, I'll be able to write it with full contentment and full confidence. I'll be able to manage a question. And second is that even if you are not able to write the question, somehow use the other experiments like your maps, your diagrams, your flow charts to impress the examiner. So how to impress the examiner is also another skill which I learned from Amrita. And third is that whenever you approach something with a very calm and composed nature, you will be able to do it with full shine, and the people will be impressed with it. So these three are the key life lessons I've learned from Amrita.
Peace of mind is required for an every aspirant. How you used to manage this? Because you might undergo a lot of pressure, tension. How you used to come out of these things?
So here again Amrita IAS comes in, because they told me that you just practice meditation for a month, and if you see a visible change in yourself and your approach to things, then continue the habit. So that I did, and I could see a visible difference, because when you try to meditate, you try to be present in the moment, and you will just come out in a different leaf after doing that exercise. And that has helped me to develop a composed nature also. And second is that apart from the stress, you will have certain positive elements in your life, be it your friends or your family. You try to spend more time with them. And third thing is that a good night's sleep is the best medicine anyone can have. And I think we have to learn the practice, because slowly we are getting deviated with smartphones and everything, but nothing is better than a good night's sleep.
Okay, sleepless nights is not required.
Yes.
Okay. So finally, Ramya, it's a great success, and with your humble beginning and perseverance that you have, it made it's great difference, and lot of people takes you as a role model, and they wanted to know about you. Now, can you please give some message to the students or the future aspirants who wanted to be the civil servants?
So I just had a 3C mantra. One C is you should develop confidence, and second C is that you should develop a consistent approach, and third is that you should have a calm and composed approach. So these three are not just the mantras for my UPSC journey, but these have become my life lessons also. So with this three C's, we'll be able to crack anything, not just the examination. Any struggles you face in life, that will be helpful to face it, and you will emerge successful with this.
Thank you, Ramya. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much for having me here, and all the very best to everyone watching this.